The Nigerian Football Supporters Club is 70 years in May this year.
If it's agreeable by 5 others and the NFSC does not like this, what position do you now find yourselves?
This is Sports Zone on Lagos Talks 91.3.
We have a guest this morning who's going to be talking about something that's very close to his heart and close to our hearts as well, for those of us who love our football. Remember, we're looking forward to the World Cup qualifiers, Nigeria against Rwanda, and of course Zimbabwe as well. What I really found amazing to realize is that the Super Eagles have not won a World Cup qualifier since 2021.
But no?
We haven't won a World Cup qualifying game since 2021.
You're kidding me.
Yes.
No, but it's true now.
It's shocking.
All the ones in this qualifying.
It is shocking.
We didn't win against Ghana. We lost, I think, to Central African Republic.
Because it's 21, it seems like but there are not too many World Cup qualifying games.
Yeah,
this is the 8th one that we're going to play. We haven't won any at all.
I know we've been very poor away from home.
No, now 4 plus 2 Ghana, that's 6. Plus Central African Republic, that's 7. At least I've counted 7 from the top of my head.
And then Rwanda is 8.
Rwanda is 8.
We haven't won any of those games. And we haven't also beaten Rwanda in Rwanda since 2005.
That is about to end.
They must end. That's 20 years ago. That's got to. The fact is, they have done themselves by beating us in a dead rubber. So no excuses. We got to beat them. We just got to. We got to beat them.
It's a difficult thing, to be honest, and we've got to be able to support our national team. In every sense of the word, and that also includes the supporters club. How we missed out on the news on Friday really is still mind-boggling to me, but there were so many things that we wanted to get through on Friday, so we missed out on the story concerning the supporters club. We're going to be sharing that story with you today on the show, which is why we have our guest in the house with us. It looks like there's more trouble ahead
in the supporters club.
In the supporters club, it looks like there's more trouble.
So
ahead.
we're back to original, authentic.
But
the beginning, the first one.
We'll talk about those issues a little bit later.
A huge tragedy in boxing.
Yeah,
the young 28-year-old. That's shocking. That shows what a dangerous sport boxing can be. I know these kind of incidents are rare. I don't know the percentages, but it's really, really sad that the young man has lost his life. Unfortunately, ref probably didn't stop the fight in time. They had taken too much of a beating and he's gone to rest and he's left behind the family. He wasn't married, but he had a partner, and may his gentle soul rest in perfect peace. Really, really sad. Another story that picks my fancy is the young fencer that's committed her future 13-year-old Belumi. Belu. That's nice. So that'll be the second. This sport we had was it like the president of Fencing Federation or something? Yeah. It's a sport that you have to start young. I think he picked it up in university or something. Maybe it came to it a bit later in life. So catch them young is the thing, and who knows. If we can catch them at this age, we might have a shout at winning a medal in the next Olympics. That's in how many years from now? 3 years from now? Or
no, not the next one.
The one after that. Maybe the one after. But the time is now.
No, after two. No, it's the one after that one.
That's what I'm saying. Not the next one. The one after that one.
Not the one after the one after the next one. The one after the next one.
No, the one after the next.
The next one is 2028.
That's the one in LA. Yeah.
Yes, I don't think
I'm saying the one after that one.
I don't think they win. I think that one they just participate, they win. Start looking at the one after that one.
No, I disagree. The one after the early. But 13 now. 13 plus 3, that's 16.
Yes.
Plus 4, that's 20.
20. You can't win at 20.
Why not? If you be 20, why not?
I think that from 24, 25, yeah.
No, it depends on what the average age is.
But they also need Olympic experience.
Yeah, definitely. So maybe they can even go for the next Olympics.
That'll be bad. They qualify. That'll be good.
Exactly.
It just shows they're doing their work, and most times we have to point it out that federations are doing, and they're trying to build.
And we need to highlight other federations.
Yes, not just football.
Not just football or basketball or whatever. You know, so.
And I like what Chelsea is doing.
Yeah. But for
doing.
me, must be, I don't know.
I like what Chelsea is doing. I think it's a good thing.
Same old players, eh? Yeah.
What do you want to do, go and bring?
Moses Simon.
You want to go and talk to Ethan one day?
Who for me is, well.
What's this? Moses Simon, you have a problem with Moses Simon?
Yeah. I'm a bit lukewarm. Not that I'm against his selection, but
I think he's a good leader.
He's not really.
I think that leadership. I think we underrate
a lot of
the
these players.
effect of leadership.
I've not said. Yeah, Iwobi and what you call it, and he did it. I'm fine with that. He had quite a good game against a very poor United on Friday.
I said that United stole that goal, but let's just move on.
Hey, there were 3 separate incidents. There was United's goal. There was Newcastle's equalizer against Birmingham. Yeah. May or may not have crossed the line. Then there was another one. What's the third one?
Simon, I think, has always delivered. And that's my opinion.
The last time, I think Simon played well.
I don't think he's a flamboyant kind of player. I think he's a player who brings a lot on and off the pitch. I like him.
I don't see it, I'm not, as I said, I'm not complaining, but I don't see it. I don't, it's not immediately obvious.
He's a player who doesn't come with gra. There's no drama. If you check his Super Eagles career, you never hear that they're fighting. Moses Simon's name is at the top of the list.
No, I hear that. I hear that as a professional, but I just wish we need some more dynamism on the wings. We need someone that can actually deliver.
No, you need someone who can follow instructions.
No, we need someone that can deliver crosses. We need.
Do you remember that the Nations Cup before the last we went, Moses Simon was our best player all through the tournament?
The nation before the last Nations Cup,
yes.
before, and that was yesterday. Now,
are you guys going to end this? I mean, because you're going to go on and on. You're not going to agree now.
But he's in the Super Eagles now. I have a point where he's playing in the Super Eagles. And all the managers keep calling him.
But you're arguing for, he's arguing against, and you're not going to see eye to eye. So let's leave it.
Charles, we need you more on Mondays.
Let's leave it.
Because this is exactly what he does when you are not here on Monday. I will drag this thing for another time. What else is sports news sound?
There's the games from the MPFL this week.
That's brilliant. Remo 1-1 Hartford win against Caterpillars.
Hartford, they was going to win at home. They were always going to win at home. It was not there. There's nothing. Caterpillars, despite sacking their manager or suspending or whatever they did to him, they were never going to win that game.
To be honest, I think the most. I want to speak with the manager of Ikorodu City. I need to speak with that guy. Mm-hmm. We're talking 10 matches unbeaten at home under this new manager. I have to speak to this guy. And I'm hoping that he can give us a level of intelligence that is acceptable. But we need to know what's going on at that club.
Yeah,
we need to know.
No, kudos to them. Who they been on Kwara United? Who do we know? We know a Kwara United fan now. What's it?
Kwara United was leading.
Yeah, I know. They scored first.
Initial gra. When there was time for them to put them back in their place, they put them back.
We know a Kwara United.
No, we don't have any Kwara United fan.
Are you sure?
No, nobody supports. Nobody. No, there's nobody.
Mr.
Nobody like that supports. No, conscience. No. There's no Owoblo. No.
It's not Owolabi, Mr. Owolabi.
No, it's not that person. No, nobody like that.
It's not Mr. Owoladi.
No, it's not. You don't have a listener like that. That's a first line.
I'm always happy when Kwara United you lose. I don't know why.
I will not call you.
But if Remo Stars don't win this title,
as the manager wants,
it will hurt. I'm not sure it can hurt as half as it did the last two that they didn't win.
No, this one is
like
nailed on. They're like
it's
because Eimba dropped points, they lost.
Shooting did win.
Rangers shooting won, and they have a game in hand. But even then, if they win their game in hand, it's 5 points, so it's still a bit of a cushion.
Remo will still drop points. Remo will drop points along the way.
Will drop points now.
Agreed, but I'm saying Remo. I'm saying that watch out for shooting.
Yeah, shooting.
I agree with you that Remo looked like the poster team to win.
Between you and I, because I know Mr. Gumbote and I like him. I like what he's doing. And he hasn't won in fact, both of them have won league titles.
Yeah.
You understand? Remo will be special because that was the first time since 2000.
Yeah.
I think who was the last private
Julius Berger.
Julius Berger. That was in 2000, yeah? Uh-huh. So it's something to look forward to. Anyway, that's...
but imagine if Ibadan... shooting wins it. Ibadan will be hot.
Ibadan will scatter.
Ibadan will be hot.
And I think what will also be of absolute delight is if Ikorodu qualify to play on the continent.
That's unlikely.
Unlikely?
Yeah.
Yes. I think it's unlikely.
Unlikely?
Yes. I think it's unlikely.
Okay.
Only three.
You got the only
Only 3 slot too. And we already know that Remo shooting.
Remo is shooting.
Then top
then there's Rivers.
What do you mean Remo shooting? How do you? Okay, Remo, I agree.
And shooting.
What do you mean shooting?
Shooting even has a better form than Remo. It's just that Remo already had some points ahead before them.
Shooting has won 6 of their last 7 or something.
Yeah.
Funny
It's
like
a point you have in the bag that determines where you are. What do you mean form?
The
What does
point
form?
is-
Do you get points from form?
The form is where the points
It's where
is
they
now.
are
They
now.
are winning
No.
home and away,
No.
home and away.
No.
They've not lost in the
If
last 7.
form is where the points are, then shooting should be on top.
Now they're in form now.
So why are they not on top?
because
Are you saying that Remo is not in form?
Remo started early. Shooting started late.
Everybody started on the same day now.
No, some people start what's the Heartland? Heartland did not start early.
You know what? I don't understand the argument when I support Femi.
You want to switch back? No, I just think that Rivers will be in that top 3 at the end of the season. And I think Rivers will just be.
Rivers did they win this weekend?
Yes.
So that's their first win in 2025. That's their first win.
They struggled.
They happen, yes.
And that's a team you say will be.
You know what?
Nah, man.
Let's go factual. Femi, read out the league table. So we'll see where Rivers sits on the league table and where Ikorodu City is. It's simple now. No need for argument. I'm saying Mr. Wola something. What's his name now?
There's nobody like that.
Really?
No, we don't have a listener.
A Kuala United fan.
So
He always calls us.
23 games.
Okay.
Remo has 48 points. Shooting has
And the most important, a plus 15 goals difference. Don't forget that.
Yes.
When has goals difference decided the
I'm
NPFL?
just saying. Now,
When? Which season?
I'm just
It's
saying.
never happened.
Just in case.
There's no such thing, Shegun.
You just want to argue this morning.
There's no argument. There's no such thing. There's no such thing.
Doesn't goals difference matter?
When has it decided the NPFL title goals difference?
I'm talking to my
I'm
colleague.
going to see this one out.
I'm talking to my
I'm going to see this one out.
Femi, be fair.
I'm not here. Shooting Stars have 40 points after 22 games. Rivers United have 38 points after 23 matches. Abia Warriors in 4th with 36 points.
Abia Warriors did there.
Just ahead of Rangers, who are down in 5th.
Guy, Rivers United have 38 points. Yeah? Ikorodu City is just 4 points behind Rivers United, who are in 3rd position. 4 points behind Rivers United.
But they have 2 teams.
And when you look,
they have to
when you compare how
the third one.
El Kanemi.
When you look at how Ikorodu City is playing their football, and you tell me continental assignment is beyond them, I disagree.
No,
I disagree.
Abia Warriors form 2 is not.
Abia Warriors form is good.
Their form is
disagree.
mad. 4 wins from 5.
Under
What are you saying?
4 wins from 5. Even
the
Ikorodu City is not boasting of that. But they have boasting of 3 wins in their last 5. Abia Warriors has 4
Abia Warriors
wins.
is decent.
And 1
away.
defeat.
Abia Warriors has been quite decent.
Abia Warriors this season have won 11 games. Ikorodu have won 10 games. That shows you that they are in competition.
Well, let me think.
They are in competition.
Femi, okay, you answer this. Who has one more? Femi, who has one more between Abia Warriors? Please, you can be honest. Even though it's not Ramadan, be honest. Who has one more game?
It's not about who has won more. It's about the fact that Ikorodu City are breathing down their necks. And for anybody to say that Ikorodu do not stand a chance
nobody said that.
of qualifying for the continent.
Said what I said.
That is irrelevant talk.
What I said is unlikely.
Saying it's unlikely is irrelevant talk.
You know what I say? I say no. I say no. That's what I believe. I say no.
I beg.
Now what for you? I say
anyway,
no.
so that said, let's give our guest a chance to even chime in as far as the News Hound is concerned. Yeah, he's a regular listener to Sports Zone. By virtue of his position as a spokesperson of the Nigeria Football Supporters Club, which is the reason he's here this morning with us. We introduce to you Chief Darlington Momodu. Chief, I shouldn't be calling you Chief on radio. There's no such thing.
Exactly.
Darlington Momodu. This is the only time I can call you by your first name.
Do you know I can sue you?
You cannot, because I'm bound by the legality the ethics of my profession.
You have misrepresented my name. You have, if it were in writing, I don't know. Is it libel now?
Yes, that's libel is writing.
Yeah.
I didn't call you Chief. I said Chief.
Momodu is not. Momodu is not. I don't know how Momodu came into my name.
Exactly.
I don't know whether you are renaming me this morning outside what my parents gave me.
Okay, Darlington Momo Umoru.
Very well.
Sorry.
So I do apologize. Exactly.
I said sorry.
It's like your elements are not really up.
Sorry, Chief, I just remember the name of that Kwara United, Mr. Woodleary.
I beg, let it go, Shegu. You know his name. Mr. Wolafe. You know his name.
Really? Okay.
Shegu is just playing around it. He does not want to be the one that will say the name exactly.
Charles, you're so smart.
Yeah, I know.
Shegu, I think I want to disagree with you on the issue of Ikorodu. Is Ikorodu United now?
City.
Ikorodu City. With the way they are going, the continental competitions are not limited to just the Champions League. There are others where they could also
two Champions League and one.
Which one? The Champions League.
Sorry. Africa, yeah.
Yes, CAF Champions League.
Yes, CAF Champions League.
There's only one Champions League now.
No.
We're saying two slots.
On the continent. I'm saying on the continent. I'm not
Which
sure
continent?
It's just Africa.
Be specific.
No, why?
There's UEFA Champions League.
Be specific.
Champions
Be specific.
Okay. The point I'm trying to make
You must
is
have gone
that
for a special school for broadcasting. Broadcasters with special needs. We are talking about MPFL side here.
MPFL now, Charles. Is that not the?
Be specific.
Why?
Somebody could have just tuned the radio now to Lagos Talks.
Somebody abroad.
You have just made a
Somebody could have just tuned in now.
So
be specific.
It's not valid. We are talking about Ikorodu to
No.
play the
The
Champions
fact
League.
that somebody could just have tuned in now, who wouldn't have heard the initial discussion.
Don't mind him. He's on no go school now. He don't no go school.
So we are talking about Ikorodu City playing in the European Champions League.
No. We are talking about.
When you are talking about Chelsea qualify for Champions, do you qualify?
Oh, please don't mention Chelsea now. I don't want to spoil my mood.
Okay, sorry, FA
Don't want to.
Chief, he's wasting your time. Please go on.
Chief, we are looking for clarity here. Ikorodu City qualify for Champions League. It's a very.
Is it Champions League you're talking about?
I'm talking about Champions
League.
League.
I don't think they can make three.
It's tight, but it's not out of it. With the way they are going, if they continue, if there's consistency in this way they are going, I'm sure we cannot completely rule them out.
No, Chief. You see, Charles just likes to argue.
It's not about argument.
What I said, Chief, was it is unlikely. I didn't say it. In football, you can never say possible.
Okay.
I said it is not, and that's because of the teams ahead of them.
That's a better word.
That's what I said.
Okay,
that's
fine.
what I said.
That's fine.
He just likes to argue. He just came
but you said assuredly that the likes of 3SC, Rivers United, would get those spaces
ahead of
Yes.
I say that.
Yes.
I say yes.
But that's dumb talking. That's dumb talking.
Okay. When you are walking, bring it. Walk, look into the mirror.
I mean, Chief, air your thoughts, Ojare. Leave this man.
So for me, I do not think, like you rightly have said, it's absolutely impossible for them to get there. What they are doing right now is interesting, particularly from Lagos. I'm not sure anybody would have ever given them a chance.
No chance. In fairness, no chance.
Considering
they sacked their manager along the way,
that they have achieved. I'm sure that's why Charles was talking about the possibility of reaching out to the coach
definitely.
to find out what the magic wand is that he's using at the moment. We need plenty of them to build our local league, to develop the game in this part of the world, so that our national teams will be the beneficiary for it at the end of the day. Otherwise, with what we've been having here and there, it's not been. We need tacticians, handling these local teams to give us result and chunk out players that we would need at the national team, particularly at this time where, even though some of us do not believe in having our local teams in the national side. But I am one of those who
local
believe
players
that,
in the national side.
Yes, I am one of those who believe that if you don't encourage some of them to participate at the national side, it has a way of
what are they playing for?
affecting
Yeah, I agree with
the morale of a large number of them.
100%.
Because one of the interesting thing any player has behind his mind is not just to don and play at the local level, it's to play and wear the national jersey someday. Because sometimes some of these international players may have just been there not because they are good, but because they are outside. That mentality sometimes is what affects. We have had one or two of them in our national side, and they gave us results. I remember in the days of Keshi, we had somebody who helped the national team to win the CAF Nations Cup. And one or two of them, but not all of them, but there are some of them, but they have to benefit from from good tacticians, back home who would help them develop their skills and all of that. Even though the argument has been that at the national team level, you're not supposed to be taught the rudiments or the skills at that level, just to come exhibit what you have.
Chief, you know what I say? Even some of these players that play abroad, some of them are just glorified ball boys in their clubs.
True. Like who?
True. I'm not mentioning names. That era.
Then you don't know what you're talking about.
If you say
no, but Charles, that's true.
Like who now? Like
true.
who? You can't just say that they're glorified ball boys. Mention names now. Look as if what? No, but you can't make that kind of statement and not mention names. Like who?
Like who? Players are called, they are glorified ball boys.
Like who? Like who?
But Charles, I want to draw your attention to the past where we've even had to invite players to the national team who were not even playing at that time.
Like who? Like who?
I'm not.
Mention name now.
I don't mention name.
Chief.
No, I'm talking to Chief. I'm talking to not you.
One of the teams that you mentioned earlier, that same team had a player who wasn't playing. That same Keshi team you mentioned had a player who wasn't playing.
But we had one that played that helped him win the Nations Cup.
I'm saying, but you also had one that was not playing anyway.
All of them. You also had international players in that team.
So I'm saying, are you saying
that
the national team?
The point I'm making is that we've even had players invited to the national team wherever from. Who hadn't club side, who were not playing in any club.
I'm saying that too, it happened. Inside that
even that means you're confirming what I have just said.
Which meant it was wrong. Fair go, good day. They did not have a club.
But you have just you have already confirmed that what I have said actually
they didn't have a club. And it wasn't right.
But why is Charles?
But you have 5 local players.
We have a break. We have a break.
No, I don't know. Mention name.
We have a break. We'll do that after the break.
I don't.
Okay, so you've heard the voice of the spokesperson for the Nigeria Football Supporters Club in the person of Chief Darlington Umoru. Abi. That's the reason he's here, to talk about the supporters club. So this is the story, guys. Ahead of the crucial World Cup qualifiers next month, Zimbabwe and Rwanda, we hear that chieftains of the Nigeria Football Federation on Thursday last week gave the amalgamation of the Nigeria Football Supporters Club 7 days to unite and form one body to ensure that all hands are on deck to redeem our World Cup tickets. Now, that meeting took place at the Sunday Dankaro House, Package B of the MKO Abiola National Stadium in Abuja. And we're told that several key stakeholders were in attendance, yes. The Football Federation also mandated all the fragmented supporters club to dissolve their bodies and come up with a new name with the aim of registering one body for the association with election in the offing to elect new officers that will run the affairs of the new supporters club. Malam Shehu Diko presided over that meeting, and he welcomed the amalgamation of Nigeria Football Supporters Club to his office in Abuja that Thursday evening. We're also told that Mr. Vincent Okumagba was at that meeting as well. The man simply known as Bonfrey. I've never known his original name, to be honest. I've just known him to be Bonfrey. But he was also there as well, representing a faction of the Football Supporters Club. Now, Mr. Darlington here represents a spokesperson. the Nigeria Football Supporters Club. Of course, the national chairman is Reverend Sam Ikpeya, who we are told, Chief Darlington, was also at the meeting as well.
Yeah, he was at the meeting. He represented the famous Nigerian Football Supporters Club.
Which we must stress is first and foremost.
Yes, not just foremost, famous.
First, foremost, and famous.
Yeah, once again, Charles, the rumor about Gusau's administration in the NFF trying to unite all the factions of the Football Supporters Club has been on. At the time, Sani Toro was supposed to be one of those who were asked to work out the possibility of reuniting these prodigal sons with their father, like we have in the Bible. And then suddenly, at this point, the national team, as it is now, we're not sure whether we're going to qualify for the World Cup, and that is giving the NFF some concern. And one of the reasons, one of the things they think that should be done is for the entire football supporters clubs to come together to be able to give a maximum support in one block to the national team that could help them, get the qualification. One of the arguments was that, one, they've not been able to work with any of them to get sponsorship for them. They've not been able to...
any particular body.
Yes. They've not been able to lift many of them to games because of the effect of the factions. Again, but what he forgot was the fact that the problem that actually brought about what the fan base of the Nigerian supporters was actually created by the NFF. Not under his administration, under the administration of Pinnick. That was where the whole thing started from, when a faction that was supposed to be, somebody who was supposed to be a part of the elections, felt disgruntled and left with some persons. And then shortly after, the persons he left with also broke away again to form different factions. And the first movement away from the Nigerian Football Supporters Club that FIFA recognizes and CAF also recognizes is the NFSC. That was where Okomagba,
which is the let's say the original. I don't want to use that word original, but
yes, that's why I said I refer to those of them who left as prodigal children, leaving the parent, and which is the NFSC. Using the Bible. Forgive me, I'm not very versed with the Bible. I'm sure Charles would help me with that. And so, at this time, that problem, when Okomagba left, it was given some leverage by the NFF
at
that time. And so that was encouraged, and that further encouraged others to say, if this worked, it meant that we can also break away to form our own supporters, a fan base. I don't like using supporters club for the others. That has affected our football to a large extent. You remember, sometimes I spoke from Cote d'Ivoire.
To be honest, I witnessed it in Egypt.
The Nigerian Football Supporters Club itself had tried severally to bring back all of these persons, to say, okay, come back home, we'll embrace you, come, we are one family, let's do what we can for the benefit of the nation and our football. But all of this didn't, the last one in Cote d'Ivoire, we'll have matches, all of us will agree to stay at a point, but eventually you'll find one or two, one, playing from different parts, and then I'm sure the players themselves have also complained.
Make sense. Yeah.
The players themselves have also complained. But good thing now, Gusau is looking at the possibility of reuniting that fraternity to see how that can, snowball into helping the Nigerian national team to qualify for the World Cup. But again, I think from what happened at that meeting was actually chaired by Gusau himself. And we had a number of them, even Guavon and the rest of them, the legal advisor Obi, the general secretary, we had Ali, and all of them at that meeting where they say, okay, how do we move forward? But moving forward, you've not really look at the source of the problem. Now, the NFF is in a hurry to bring in together these other sides. I'm trying not to use some words, to six factions. Five factions plus the original supporters club.
Wow.
Yes, if you want, I could read out their names for you. If you're in doubt. Those who were present at that meeting as chaired were Ibrahim Gusso, the president, Sanusi Mohammed, the secretary general, Augustine Guavon was there, Mr. Ali was there, head of marketing, Ali Chuks was also there, a representative of the DSS was there, Mr. Barnabas and Barrister Obioke were also there. These were the persons who were at that meeting. Now, at the end of that meeting, the NFF now said, okay, two persons from each of the factions actually were invited to attend that meeting. Representing, like you rightly said, the likes of the names you mentioned from the other factions were there. Kemi was there, the one Bonfrey was there, the main man himself who actually started the division as given backing by
Chief
as given backing by the former NFF president was also physically present. But now the resolution is that NFF says that all the six of them should nominate one person each to be a part of a committee that will go and that will start begin a meeting in 1 week's time from the date of that event when that first thing held. And then aside from each side, nominating a candidate to represent them, they also asked Barrister Obioke, Mr. Lee, the DSS man, and a member of the civil society to join in that meeting, where they should come up with a name and register their former names.
Let me quickly say that they have come up with a name. If it's binding right now, I do not know. But this name that they've created is the Super Supporters Club. That's the new name, on the table for the Supporters Club, the Super Supporters Club.
That name? Is the NFF imposing a name on them? The Supporters Club is supposed to be an NGO. It's not a government-financed or sponsored organization. The Nigerian Football Supporters Club is 70 years in May this year. It was formed 70 years ago and it was registered as an NGO.
Okay, let me ask you this, Chief, because now that everybody was present at the meeting, including the national chairman of the Nigeria Football Supporters Club, yeah? That ultimately means that he's agreeable to a solution. Yeah? Are we on the same...
We are not on the same page.
No. For him to be at the meeting means that he's agreeable to a solution. Yeah?
The Nigerian Football Supporters Club, the foremost thing in our mind is the interest of our national team and the country.
Yeah, but
that's why, for instance, Charles, the NFSC has done everything over the years to sponsor themselves to cover matches.
I understand.
Now, the NFF is is the head of football bodies in Nigeria. And so if they extended an invitation and say, come, we want to see you.
You have to go.
We have to go. We are law-abiding people.
I understand. But
we will not disrespect them. But the issue is, when you are invited to a place and then you're told certain things, the issue is for you to agree or not to agree.
That's where I'm
But
going. Let me ask you this. Yeah. If all the factions agree to a resolution, yeah.
Be specific, please, when you talk about resolution.
Everybody becoming one.
Everybody becoming one. That's the
There's
whole
no
idea.
doubt about that. And I told you earlier on the efforts the NFSC had made in the past without the NFF trying to bring back all of these persons.
But that didn't work. That didn't work. We're talking about. Let me just finish, Shagun. I've not finished my question. Let me just. That didn't work. Yeah. So we're looking at today.
Yes.
And because everybody was in attendance at the meeting, it means that everybody is desirable of coming to a logical conclusion.
Sure.
Okay. Now, the issue now is there are some parts of that meeting that are disagreeable with the Football Supporters Club, which you belong. Now, if the remaining 5 factions agree to whatever idea mooted by the Football Federation, which might be disagreeable to the Football Supporters Club, where then does that put the NFSC?
Can you give me an instance, please?
Okay, the name, Super Supporters Club. If it's agreeable by 5 others and the NFSC does not like this, what position do you now find yourselves?
Well, until that time, the 6 of them will meet with these other persons and decide. I'm just hearing this name from you now. Who is imposing this name? Who is bringing up this name? The NFS asked that these 6 of them should bring representatives and then added by these other persons to go sit down and resolve how this thing should go. Now, it meant that I don't want to believe that this name you just mentioned is to be imposed on the Nigerian Football Supporters Club by the NFF.
Impose. I think impose is a strong word.
You know what?
I think impose is a
No,
strong word.
because the next meeting has not held.
No, but it's a proposal. So the point here is it's a proposal. That okay, if we're looking for a resolution, because you're agreeing that we're looking for a resolution. So my question, just to add to his question, is what does your faction want in terms of resolving this problem?
As simple as possible. The 6 of them will sit. 5 of them are prodigal children who left the father's house.
Yeah.
One common name, everybody that is in the lips of everybody, every football fan, is the Nigerian Football Supporters Club. The easiest thing, I think, I don't know if that is what they have in mind, because that's what I think they have in mind. Yes, that all of them who left their father's house should return to their father's house and then find a way of working together. Go back. If you want an election for leadership, return to first, find a way of asking them to go back to their father's house. They will be embraced. And when they are embraced, and then they work together the way they started working before.
Femi, I really need to say something.
Femi, can you allow me conclude my point?
Because I have an observation. I have an observation, not a question.
Now, like I told you initially, that there are frantic efforts that have been made by the parent body to bring back the children, to say come back home and let's work together as a family. There's no family where you don't have a disagreement, but how do you manage your disagreement at the end of the day and then make it a force? Who suffers it? The Nigerian footballers, the national team. And when we go for competitions, I don't know how many you have gone for to really see the way it works. When we go, even in Cote d'Ivoire, the last Nations Cup where we almost won the trophy, we did everything. The Nigerian Football Supporters Club did everything. But for one of the sides, others actually came together to perform. Go look at the videos. But one person was always insisting, going his own way.
All right, Chief, let me come in now. And Charles, it's not a question, it's an observation, because I'm privy to quite a bit and I've actually seen with my own eyes what has happened in the past. You see, for me, and the NFL has to be very, very careful. This is like that situation in the Bible, the baby. That's
Solomon.
Solomon. And one said, the mother of the child said, the person that told me, say,
kill the child, split the child into 2. Yes.
They don't mind.
Give me one part.
For me, I'm being objective. I feel some parties here have acted in bad faith. Yeah? And this enforced peace, you know what they say, no justice, no peace. If enforced, is going to create more problems. because it will allow the people that have acted in bad faith for their own interests
How
to
do you?
legitimize what they have done and enforce the original and authentic supporters club to swallow it, e.g. the name. So it's I don't see the NFF being able to ramrod when we have a time frame. Well, our game against Rwanda is March 21st.
Yeah.
So let's say we have 6 weeks to do this thing, and we have people who have divergent views in the first place. It's going to be very difficult.
Chief,
and I don't see it
based on
working out
what
for good.
Shegun says,
Is the Football Supporters Club able to function without the Nigeria Football Federation?
Except you just want our listeners to hear me say it, because otherwise
I want
I'm sure
I want you to say it.
You are aware that over time the Nigerian Football Supporters Club has not been funded by the NFF.
No,
And
I didn't say
quoted-
funding. I
and
said function, not
yes,
funding.
No, if you don't fund them, it means that they have been functioning without them.
Okay, so you don't need the federation then.
Yeah, I have not said so.
So what are you saying?
What I have said, you said in the past.
No,
Are you referring to the past
I'm
or
talking
the
about.
future?
I'm talking about if going ahead even tomorrow. Does the supporters club need the federation to go about its responsibility of supporting our national teams?
Yes.
So the NFF must be an
The
arbiter.
NFF is yes.
Wait, so the NFF must be an arbiter.
Yes.
Okay. So that said, yes, they've suggested a new name, the Super Supporters Club. What we know for certain.
Are
But
they
let me
not
finish.
putting
Wait
the cart before the horse?
Wait. What I know for certain, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that these factions that have broken away from the NFSC will not go back to be termed or called the NFSC. Everybody wants a new beginning, including the Football Federation. You spoke about Amaju Pinnick being the instigator, for the Okumagba whatever, and supported them, yes? The present NFF president we have came from Amaju's tenure. So do you not then realize that Gusau himself might be supportive of a new name and a new supporters club and not necessarily going back to what was in the past?
But would that be right?
It doesn't matter whether it's right or wrong.
How do you
We're
move
talking,
forward?
No,
How
I'm
do you
saying
move forward without looking at your
no,
past?
but is
But the
moving
past is
forward.
currently putting us in
Exactly, we are because we're where we are because
How
of
do
the
you move
past.
forward without looking
No,
at the
Chief.
past?
What I'm saying
Otherwise,
is,
we'll still come back to the same problem.
what I'm saying here, in essence, is the NFSC willing to open
Evolve.
up its mind? Yeah, and this is not accusatory. I'm just saying, willing to just open up, accept change.
It depends on what you call change. Your definition of change in this instance.
A new name.
If it's a
new
name,
executive.
you want to a new executive. Fine, there's nothing wrong with that. But you want to throw away a name of 70 years that is known all over the world, and you want to give birth to a new baby that will start.
But isn't it just
crawling,
a
learn
name?
how to stand,
No, but
learn
Chief-
how to walk, and all of that.
Chief, we change names of things. I'm not trying to sound contradictory. The Nigerian Football Federation wasn't the NFF before; it was the NFA. The Super Eagles
Were
wasn't
there
the Super
factions?
Eagles.
Did people break away from it?
No, but we're having the challenge
Did
of
people break away
is there
from
a
it?
law? Sorry, Chief, is there a law that says there cannot be other factions? There's no law. So I'm not saying it is right. I'm agreeing with you that it should just be one body. But I'm saying that you also have to understand what the system or the rule states, so we can all work with it. And the NFF are looking for a way to bring everyone together to solve the problem. And if they don't find a solution, it means everybody will just go back to where they're coming
But
from.
Femi, speaking,
We are not
Chief,
saying we are not ready to come together, and I'm now sounding like a broken record. I've said it here over and over how we have made efforts to bring back these persons.
But
it meant that
obviously
one,
the
we have
terms-
an open mind.
No, but it means the
There's
terms.
an open mind, but what has been the role of the NFF?
No, but Chief, it means the terms you were giving the other parties, they did not agree with it. Because if they agreed, they would have come to the table, as they are now, to look for
yeah,
solutions.
but Femi, but that's my point exactly. They broke away. Because
they were disgruntled about something.
I aggrieved, disgruntled. Let's use the word aggrieved. I think it's a better word, aggrieved. But I think, first is first, I question the Nigerian Football Federation as a neutral and independent arbiter. I question it. And secondly, as I've said,
which NFF are you questioning?
this one,
This
as
very
well,
one,
yes,
the one that wants
and
to
I'm
resolve the
saying
problem.
This their recipe is a recipe for disaster.
How?
Because at the end of the day, you are rewarding bad behavior. You understand? People defected, broke away. When you use the word faction, that means a faction was part of something before.
No, but Shegun, if a man and a woman divorce and an uncle somewhere says you guys need to come back together for the benefit of the children,
then would you not change the family name?
How is that a bad thing?
Using your own instance, would you change the family name?
It depends on the circumstances.
What circumstances?
If the wife was being beaten every day by the husband, and she says, "Oh, this guy go keep it," she won't. It depends. If there were, what's the word? If there was negativity, some people just
okay. So your solution would be what then?
My solution, I'm not in the NFF.
Can we take some
But
messages?
all I'm just saying really is that to just enforce what you are actually asking them to be forced
Calls must
together.
be short. Yes, please.